If you are a beginner and you would like to know how to start trading Binance Futures, this video is for you. We are going to go step by step so that you can understand how everything works with Binance Futures. By the end of this video, you will be ready to start trading futures on Binance by yourself. Now, as we are getting started, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Now, this is the Binance homepage. This is how your Binance homepage looks like. Go ahead and press right here on Features. And after pressing on Features, this is how your page looks like right now. Now, we are going to understand each and everything on this page, and we are going to go step by step. So let's start. So once you open your future page on Binance, you're going to take a look. There is something like USD-M right here. And then we have coin M again right there. Now, understanding the USD-M, this is where we use stable coins to trade futures, for example USDT and BUSD, and coin M is whereby we are dealing with the coin itself. For example, Bitcoin, we are dealing with Bitcoin itself, not using the stable coin. But with USD-M, we are using stable coins to trade futures. Hope you understand that. Now, right here you can see we have the coin. This is the coin you're going to trade right at the time. So you can press on the R right here to see other coin or to search for other coin. In case you want to trade other coins, and press on the arrow, they'll bring you all the future coins you can trade on Binance. But as a beginner, it's always good to go with the Bitcoin or Ethereum. That is when you will be able to minimize your losses. Now, right here we have buy and sell. You can take a look. We have buy and sell right here. Whenever you press on buy, or whenever you're going to go with buy, as you can see right here, we have buy long. That is when you're expecting the market to go upwards. And when you go with sell, that is when you're expecting the market to go downwards or drop. So when you press on sell, when you're going to go with sell short, and we sell right here, always you're expecting the market to drop downwards. And buy, I told you, you're expecting the market to go upwards. Now, right here we have margin mode. If you press on margin mode, you can take a look. We have cross right there, and isolated mode. We have two modes right here. As a beginner, it's always better to use isolated mode. Why? Because on cross mode, once you have assets in your future wallet, you're going to risk all. And isolated mode, if you are using something like $20 to trade or to make a trade, you're only risking that one. Hope you understand that. So always it's better to use isolated mode. Now we have leverage right here, where you're seeing times 5. Yours may be times anything else. This is the leverage you're using. You can drag this slider up to 150, as you can see right here. So the leverage you're using, it means that your capital is going to benefit the times of that leverage. For example, as a beginner, it is better to use from 1 to 10 at least leverage, not to go beyond that. That means your capital is going to multiply. You're going to benefit times those times. So that is how the leverage works. And once you choose the leverage, for example, right now I'm using times 5. You press on confirm right here, right there, and then you choose a certain leverage. And then right here we have asset mode right here. This is the asset mode, where you're seeing the sign of S. We have single asset mode and multi asset mode. As a beginner, always use single asset mode. Alright, use single asset mode. You can go ahead and read this info and this one so that you get to understand it very well. But always, as a beginner, I recommend you to use single asset mode. And right here where you're seeing limit, always this is the order type. We have several order types on feature trading. For example, we have limit right here, post only, market conditional, trailing stop, TWAP, and scaled order. Now all those orders mean something, but as a beginner I would recommend you always to use limit or market order. Reason being that when you're using limit order, for example, it's the one right now I'm using currently, it means you can trade, buy or sell a certain coin at a certain price. Like you can choose to set a pending order. For example, you can buy Bitcoin in case it moves upwards or in case it moves downwards. And when you're using limit order, always you can put a price right here. You can choose to minimize or increase the price depending whether you're going to buy or selling. Now again, on the market order, you don't need to add a price. You don't need to add a price like with the limit order. You just go with the market price right here. You just have to go with the market price. But with the limit order, you can set a pending order, as you can see. For example, I'm going to use limit order. I can edit to remove the current price of the market, and then I enter the price I want. Hope you understand. I want it to buy even when I'm not online. I don't have to be here waiting for the market to reach a certain price I want so that I can buy. So I can just leave a pending order. And right here you can see this slider. That slider always tells me the amount of USDT I can use to trade. You can choose to use 100% of your USDT, 77%, 53%, 25%, or 2% of your capital. And to add money in your funding wallet, always your balance will be appearing right there. But if you don't have balance, for example, me right now I have 0.07 USDT, you can press on this plus sign whereby you can add the assets into your your futures wallet. Always when you add crypto, or you have used P2P trading to add crypto into your wallet, it will always go in spot wallet automatically. So you can transfer from right here, from spot to futures wallet. If you don't know how to add crypto or buy USDT on Binance, you can go ahead and go in the description. I have a step-by-step guide how to deposit USDT or buy USDT using Binance P2P. The link to the video is in the description. So always go ahead and enter the amount of USDT you want to transfer from your spot wallet to the futures wallet, and go ahead with confirm transfer right there. So if you are to go back here, you can take a look. We have take profit right here. Always make sure that you turn on take profit and stop loss. Take profit is the specific amount of is the specific price of the coin you would like to take the profit. For example, if BTC hits this price, I want to take profit. And stop loss, you always set stop loss when you don't want to be liquidated much. For example, if BTC exceeds where I expected, I can enter a stop loss price whereby if it hits that price, the trade will stop automatically so that I minimize my losses. For example, right here I have a running trade already. This trade is currently running, and you can see the coin is running USDT right here, and I used isolated mode, and the leverage is ×5. This is the ROI percentage currently, and you can see this is my panel and this is the profit I've made so far, but the trade is still running. So far I've made 0.77 cents, and this is the margin ratio right here. You can take a look. This is the amount of USDT I used to trade this, or to press this trade, and it's a short trade. Now you can take a look right here. This is the amount or the size of this coin I brought, and the entry price was this one. The entry price was 0.148180, and the market price currently is this, and this is the price where I'll be liquidated in case this coin moves up to 0.4965. I will get liquidated. Now right here we have take profit and stop loss. This is the take profit price. I'll take the profit, or this coin will sell automatically, or the trade will stop for me to take my profits at 0.3832. And if this coin goes up at the price to the price of 0.4296, it won't wait for me to get liquidated much, it will stop automatically. That is my stop loss price, and always you can go ahead and edit the stop loss or take profit even if the coin is still running. So I can go ahead and close this trade, and I go with the profits I've gotten so far, but I'll leave it to run because I'm expecting it to drop more. So this is a short trade, not a long trade, because I'm expecting this coin to drop more. I told you, when you buy long, it means you're expecting the coin to move upwards. Or if you are you're selling short, you are predicting the market to drop. Like the video and subscribe. Next video I'll be explaining you about spot trading.